Flathead Ron's garage and with my flathead. So I took the clutch off. I got a little bit of wear here. The clutch did get a little bit warm. It's not that bad, not even. The pressure plate has the same little tiny, there's about a dozen little hot spots on there, little tiny ones. So if I can't freshen it up, I'll take it over to my local machine shop. He'll freshen it up. I don't know if you can see that, but these have two holes in them in one half, and some halves have an elongated hole. Well, that's for better oiling on the rod bearings. Those are Class P bearings. I didn't have those in there. I just, when I ordered all my flathead stuff from my supplier, they only offered one kind of bearing, and it's a king bearing, and it's made offshore. One of these bronze makeup bearing halves weigh almost as much as both halves of the aluminum backed bearing. So anyway, lesson learned. Yeah, the hard way. It could have been worse. If I didn't have the mufflers on it, it would have been worse. So I'm going to pull off the flywheel right now and open up that little plate in the back with the oil pump drive gear and see if there's anything going on back there. First we got to take off the safety wire. Well, it was leaking though. Here's where it bit it, right here. It's nice and shiny. There we go. It's nice and shiny. You can see where it bit it, right there on the two teeth. And half of another one. So we might have to build this up. I gotta see if it's a steel ring gear or not, if I can put a tack on there and machine that down. But either that or see if I can find myself another ring gear, but I doubt it. It's a Schiffer TAS 460 aluminum flywheel. So now we're going to come over here and I'm going to open this up and we're going to see what's going on in here. Okay, get rid of this wire. I'm just trying to turn it and break it. There we go. Looks pretty clean, actually. The oil pump drive gear is in nice shape. Nothing wrong with the cam gear. Oil pump turns nice and free. I think I said it, but that's one thing I think we're going to visit on this is we're going to make this a full flow oil system while we have this motor out. I wanted to do it last time. I didn't have the tools to do it last time. I didn't have the funds to do it last time. So it didn't get done. So now I think I'm going to flip it bottom side up. There we go. Yeah, I know it's kind of hokey engine. Stan, I couldn't find my other piece, damn it. I don't know where it went. My shed's really packed in the other end of it, and I can't fit in there right now. So I threw together another one with part of the old bell housing area mount for like a Chevy, a newer Chevy or Ford or an 8BA, but I just threw it together. Let's get this oil pump off of here. So, to make this oil pump full flow, you have to plug this opening. Boy, that's got a lot of flash around it. And you have to drill a hole in the bottom of this. And the only reason you're going to save the bottom of this is hardened. These gears turn on this. That's the bearing surface for the gear, or the mating surface. So you don't want to get rid of this and put a different metal on here unless you heat treat it and know what it is. I'm going to put a hole in here. We'll put a recess around it for an O-ring. We'll machine a cap for this with some tapered pipe threads and a 90, and that's where the oil's going to go out, and it's going to come around and come out the oil pan. So that's what we're going to do with this. Those look very nice. Brand new rag. I'm not brand new, but clean rag. So here we go. There's what the bearing looks like. There's a tiny bit of wear back here, just a little discoloration, but that's it. There's still a few hash marks here on the thrust side. Well, that one looks pretty good. It's a tiny bit of discoloration right there, but it's still nice and smooth. There's no delamination. I don't see any embedding. There is a tad bit of wear though, right up around here and right towards this area here. That's on the front bearing. That looks good. Let me bring you over here so you can see this. So there's the front journal. And there's the middle. There's just a reflection mark in there. See, there's no lines or anything in it. And then there's the rear. And there are absolutely no scratches in it, just a tiny bit of discoloration right in there in the oil passageway for the rear bearing, and that's it. Well, the oil passageway for all of them, because there's nothing writing on that surface. But so the crank, as far as the main bearing journals look, They look really nice. Well, I moved the camera around and I didn't know it shut off, and I pulled the other piston out.
Oh, I thought you were here and turned around. I was going to say, I'm going to move my car motor park right here.
Ooh, we have a little piston slap here. I think we have quite a bit of piston slap here. I don't like that at all. See, this one's doing it too. So, all 8 cylinders are out. The wrench just flew out of my hand, do you know that? So there she is in all her glory. No crank, no pistons. And I think I'll come out here in the morning and do the valve train. Here's the pistons. They don't look too hot. That no oil situation really messed me up. So we're looking at a set of pistons. When I take them off of the rods, I'll check the rods, check the journals, but you know what I'm more worried about right now are the cylinders. So let's go take my bore gauge and go over to the cylinders and check them out and see how much taper we got. Okay. 0. Drop it down. 2/1000. Right on 2 thou. Zero. And we're at 2/1000 taper on that one too, I believe here. Yep. So I'll go ahead and I'll go through and check all of them. It is what it is, I guess. So man, the pistons look so nice, otherwise they're still I don't know. I'm not going to be cheap on this. If it needs pistons, I'll put them in, but I just didn't want to have to wash the history out of it like that. But since I'm going to change pistons now, there might be a couple other things here. So what we're going to do next is we're going to get this crankshaft up here on the workbench, and we're going to check the stroke, and I'm going to show you how to check what stroke your crankshaft is when it's out of the car, or out of the motor. Here's how you can check your crankshaft to see what size crankshaft you have when it's out of the block. So I've got each side spaced up. They're on V blocks. I've squirted a little bit of oil on here. Anyway, I was just trying to get rid of that big old ugly bright light in the background there, and I just hope you guys can see this. I won't find out till I get in the house. But if you want to check your crankshaft, rotate it. Let's do it here. Let's put a little more oil on these. Go ahead and rotate it until you have a journal. You don't have to use a height gauge. You can use anything you want. You don't have to use a height gauge. It's just what I have. Loosen this up and bring this down. Okay, it's just barely at the top. Okay, right there. Take the same journal, bring it all the way down till it's at its lowest point, and measure. And right there, that tells me I've got a 4-inch crank. It's right at 4 inches. 4 1/8 crank would be there, and 4 1/2, and so on. But this will give you an accurate measurement of what stroke you have on a crankshaft when it's out of the block. I don't know how many of you guys know how to do that, but I just thought I would share something that I've known for quite a while. That's it for this episode of Flathead Ron's Garage. I think we're in line for a set of pistons, because I don't think I'm going to clean these up. I don't know. Be safe in the shop. Please join me for part 3. I'm going to go ahead and remove the valve train. We'll go ahead and take a look at the valves, the guides, and see what I can do to improve everything in there. And we might even get our measuring tools out, and I'll show you how big the runners are, and we'll take a look at the bowls in there. Yeah, you're not going to believe it if you know flatheads. Okay? I'll see you next time here at Flathead Ron's Garage. You guys be safe in the shop. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.